Another big election coming up not long from now in 2010. New Mexico voters won the ability to use paper ballots, which are read by electronic scanners. But as KSFR's Abigail Adler reports, the big question not answered in this year's legislative session is who pays for those electronic scanners to be fixed if they break.
You have a machine, and the one-year warranty has expired. You have no repair contract and no money to buy a new one if it breaks. We're not talking about a car or a washing machine. We're talking about a statewide problem with our voting machines. Actually, paper ballot scanners in the case of New Mexico. The legislature in 2006 mandated that voting in New Mexico would be by paper ballots. After voters mark their ballots, the ballots are fed into a scanner for tabulation. Right now, Santa Fe County does not own those scanners, does not have a maintenance contract for them, and doesn't have the money to fix them if they break. We spoke with Denise Lamb, Deputy Santa Fe County Clerk in charge of the Bureau of Elections.
It's the position of the county clerks that because the state owns the equipment, because the state mandated that we use this particular type of optical scanner, that the state is obliged to maintain them as well.
So where are we now?
Where we are now is we have a lot of voting machines that haven't been maintained in over 2 years.
And what does that mean for the voter?
What that means for the voter is that there's a possibility that when they go in to vote, the voting machine will not accept their ballot. And what it means that is actually more critical to the media than to the voter, because if we have paper ballots, the voters can proceed to go ahead and vote. But their ballots would have to be hand-tallied. And if we had to hand-tally a large number of paper ballots for every election, it would take days before we knew who won.
Lamb says that with cutbacks and hiring freezes this year, the county can't even afford to train its own personnel to maintain the equipment.
We received a proposal from the vendor for training of our technicians. And just to give you an example of how predatory the vendor is in that regard, for my 6 technicians to be trained for a 1-year period and certified, it would cost $106,000. They've based the training on not the amount of time it takes to train a technician, but the number of voting machines you have, and how that would have anything to do with it is beyond me.
The Santa Fe County Clerk's Office and the Secretary of State's office agree. The state owns the machines and is responsible for their maintenance. But during this year's legislative session, lawmakers failed to find the money to assure the machines stay in working order. James Flores, spokesman for the Secretary of State's office, says the Secretary of State intends to pursue the issue, maybe in a special session.
Secretary of State Mary Haddad and the rest of the staff in the Bureau of Elections are going to be working diligently to, one, get this issue on the governor's agenda for the special session. The next step would be, if that doesn't work, or if we don't have a legislative session, is to go ahead and tackle this issue in 2010. We would much rather deal with the securing of the funding in 2009. We definitely do not want to wait till the last minute.
Everyone has next year's election in mind. In 2010, New Mexicans will elect a governor and fill 3 congressional seats. Again, Denise Lamb.
We would hope that people would take this problem seriously and get something in process before next year's election cycle.
2010 is a big year.
It is a big year. Every election is a big election.
This is Abigail Adler, KSFR News.